this video, I'm gonna be going over something absolutely insane. It's the exact process that myself and my team and my clients and people inside of our community are using to create more leverage inside of their business and with ChatGPT on a daily basis. I'm gonna show you the exact process that traditionally somebody would be doing manually that would take so long, even using ChatGPT, but from combining the custom GPT models that I'm gonna show you in this video with the normal process that you would traditionally do with using ChatGPT, you can acquire an amount of output based off of your process that creates so much more time and leverage inside of your business. This is a recording from our school program called systemsintegrator.io. If you are interested in being on these calls, providing feedback and asking questions and getting the systems and processes and the tools that you need to take your business to the next level, then the link will be down below and you can join that. But otherwise, enjoy this video and I hope to see you in there soon. I have found an insanely leveraged way to scale our business from $0 to $1 million with this exact framework. And it looks very complicated because it is very complicated. I'm going to break it down to you guys so that it's very simple to understand. But I essentially created a process that allows us to have unlimited output to create automations, create documentation on them, create standard operating procedures on them, assign them to team members, repurpose them within our school program and within our content to then set them up as conversion mechanisms to give us all of that. To make sure that I don't confuse you guys, we're going to start here first. When you use ChatGPT, you do one input, you get one output, right? Then you want to go build a Zapier automation, you do one input, you get one output. Then you want to go build a Miro import, you get one input and one output. But with the process that I have created, essentially every time that you go to do a different input, the output is leveraged by 2x. And I want you guys to stick with me here because what I'm about to show you is pretty crazy and it applies to building internal systems inside of your business. So as you guys might have seen, I've been going crazy on the ChatGPTs, the custom GPTs. I've created a collection of the most valuable GPTs that we are using to automate our business. The first one is going to be my favorite, which is the Zapier Consultant GPT. If some of you guys didn't know, this can create automations inside of your Zapier account completely for you. I know we have a lot of people that are using Make.com. Make.com does not have as far as I'm concerned, one of these GPTs that goes into your account and builds automations for you. Forget everything you know about Zapier or Make.com because what I'm about to show you is crazy. So the first thing that we'll do is say, I want to build an automation where every new Calendly booked call we receive a Slack notification in our leads channel. Build the template for me now. And so what you'll see is that it will actually go into our Zapier account, and no longer am I using ChatGPT to help me build an automation that I go inside of Zapier and build myself. Now it is creating entirely for me based off of my input. And so that is the first thing that we have right here of using ChatGPT to create a Zapier automation. We have 200% leverage on doing this with ChatGPT compared to doing it traditionally manually. And so from here, what will I do? I'll open this link and boom, it gives me the automation inside of here. Let's go inside of our account real quick. And you will see that it populates right here. When a new event is booked in Calendly, sends a notification to the leads channel. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next leveraged activity. And this, I'm going to say, explain the automation to me so that I can visualize this with a process map. Because we don't just want to build automations inside of our company. As you know, our goal is we don't even want to be building automations. We want a systems integrator or a team member or somebody else doing this for us. And we're going to need documentation on it. So the first thing that we're going to do is take this right here. And now we're going to open up the GPT called Lucid GPT. And I'm going to say, create a visualization of this Zapier automation to visually explain to my clients, team, and my group members. And then I'll say include only actions and triggers. So traditionally I would have had to build that automation myself, and then I would have to go into Miro or Lucidchart and I'd have to map out exactly how it works. But now what we have done is we have created the automation automatically in 1 minute. And then we have created the process map automatically in 1 minute. You can imagine if this is a 10-step Zap, it would be obviously a much more intricate visualization of the process map. So now we have this actual file right here. And I'm going to just save that right here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take this automation and the process map, and I'm going to create an SOP on it, right? So how do we build this? So I would have had to go in, and after building the Miro, I'd have to open up a Google Doc, and I have to take an hour to explain how it works so that someone in my company can actually go into the automation and set it up. So now I'm going to say, create a standard operating procedure to build or set up this Zapier automation using this process map and the details about the automation. Obviously, I'm trying to fit this all into one call, so the prompts will be much better, and I will provide you guys inside the program with prompts as I go further in depth on this. But now I am taking the automation itself and the process map, and we are creating a standard operating procedure. As you can see, once again, we are now here. We are at a 400% leveraged output, and this would have already taken me an hour to do manually. So what does it do? It gives us the exact standard operating procedure for setting up this Zap. Obviously, it set up the template for us, but it did not go in and connect the necessary tools or extend on that. What did it do as well? It gave us a Slack message with the proper formatting as well to go into our channel. So now I have an SOP, and I will say, put this onto a document for me to export. And what will happen? This will essentially create a document now so that I don't even have to copy and paste this into our Google Drive. All that I have to do is ask it for a document. And once again, we're like 5 minutes into this, and we've already done what would traditionally take 2 hours. So as we're sitting here and waiting, let's see here, it's supposed to generate this. And if it doesn't, then I have another solution right here, which would be going into the DocMaker GPT and saying, put this in a document with the process map. Boom, boom. And then what will this do? This will actually use something called DocMaker, which is directly integrated to Google Drive to go ahead and create that document for us. And so whether it's building automations, whether it's other things, there's a GPT for everything. So you can find a leveraged process using AI and documentation and standard operating procedures to streamline exactly what you're doing to do it much faster. And so this should give us, excuse me, as now it says it's creating this document for us. It looks like the other one had paused. So this is going to generate the document for us. So I'm going to sit here for probably 20 seconds while I pull up the next thing that we're going to do with this. And that next thing is creating a Loom video, right? So this is the manual part of this entire process. And now what I will do is I have an SOP over the automation. I have the link to the template that was built for me, and I have a process map going over the system. Now I will create a 2 to 5 minute Loom video going over the system itself and the actual documentation that it has generated. And when we do that, we can imagine that, let me just take a sample Loom video, and I can go ahead and grab a Loom video going over, let's see here, let's do an automation apps. And then from here, I will take this workflow, I will open it up, and then I will grab the transcript for this as well. And I'm going to copy this. And now I'm headed back to ChatGPT, which was supposed to by now have created me the document. And so I don't want to rush this, guys. I know I'm trying to go fast, but if I rush this and switch tabs, it won't generate the document. So bear with me here, as this is not even halfway done with the goal we're trying to achieve with this workflow. But yeah, we'll just say here, usually this takes less than 30 seconds. All right. Yep. You see it's now allowing. So now it's talking to DocMaker, and it has been created successfully. So what do we have? We have a document that goes over the automation. I have now recorded, quote unquote, the Loom video for this. And let's see here. I know we all want things right away with the day and age we live in. Sometimes with AI, you just have to realize that, minutes compared to hours. So it is generating this document for us. We can assume that I've created the Loom video. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up the Asana GPT. And I'm going to say, I have recorded a Loom video detailing this standard operating procedure for setting up a Zapier automation inside of our company. Take the document, the process map, the Loom transcription, and assign this task to my team member inside of our project management tool, Asana, right? And so now I can go ahead and provide the Loom transcription, imagining that that was one from the exact workflow we just did. And then I can also take the document that is finishing up here. Oh my gosh, did it really just restart? Let's imagine that that document was ChatGPT. Let's open up right here and let's grab the actual documentation right here that was supposed to be created. So as you guys know, that would actually be going on to a document. This is the standard operating procedure now, and we're going to go in here and say document, boom, boom. So now it has the document with the Lucidchart that we built. It has the automation inside of it that's inside of our Zapier account, as you saw, and we have recorded a Loom video over it. What is it going to do? It is going to do another leverage task and go inside of Asana for us. So it's asking for the project ID or a name, and I'm going to provide it with the specific name of our project inside of Asana that I want it to go under. And from here, let's see what happens. I found out this Asana GPT the other day. I was actually in between, using Asana, ClickUp, Notion, and after finding that there was an Asana GPT, it was a no-brainer for me. So now what has happened, it has created a task inside of Asana with the detailed standard operating procedure. And from there, it used the Loom overview video and transcription to hyper-personalize this with the goal of what we're doing. And you can imagine if I actually provided the document itself that is still loading, it would have actually put the document inside of this. So where are we right now on here? We're at so if, we're 20 minutes into this, if I would have had to build an automation, build the process map, build the documentation myself, and then go inside of Asana and delegate it to a team member, would have at least taken me an hour. So what am I going to do next inside of Asana? My next goal is going to be, like I had shown you guys, to redistribute this inside of my company for my clients and for my members, as well as for marketing material. And so what is going to happen? Now I have a Loom video, documentation, a process map, and an automation. The exact thing that throughout our entire program, it lives inside of our program, right? And so obviously I'm building only automations that are solving problems inside of your business, but I'm doing it in a more leveraged way to where I can use another GPT inside of here called Course Creator GPT to take the SOP, to take the process map, to take the Loom, and to create a actual description of the course video itself. And then I place this inside of school for all of you guys to have access to. From there, what is the next thing that I'm doing with this? I am taking the YouTube video GPT and I'm taking all of that and I'm saying, now turn this into a long form YouTube video that I can make on YouTube, right? And so now it's going to give me the script for that. What am I going to do next? I'm going to grab the ManyChat GPT right here, and I'm going to have it build a ManyChat automation going over the Zapier automation and the process map and the Loom so that I can set up, when I post these videos, a keyword automation to give people access to the assets that are kept behind obviously a paywall or something else of becoming a client. But I am now reusing the same exact thing that was used internally inside of our company and for our clients as marketing material and to provide value to you guys. And from there, the next thing that I'm going to do is obviously post a call to action on Instagram for that keyword. So DM me the word Slack automation. I just built this crazy automation. Here it is on my computer. You DM me, right? It's going to send you the video. It's going to ask you to sign up for our school. It's going to show you the Loom video. It's going to give you the documentation. It's going to give you the process map, and it's going to give you the automation. From here, what am I going to do? I'm going to re-leverage this post using another GPT to help me turn it into a short form piece on TikTok specifically. And then once it's out on the internet, my team is being trained on it because they are subconsciously consuming the assets and resources that we're putting out on a day-to-day basis because they work for our company, meaning not only is my community trained on this stuff, not only is my audience and cold audience trained on this stuff, and my clients are trained on this stuff, but now my team is trained on exactly how I just did all of this, and they're going to be watching this video, and some of them are actually on this call right now. Final thing that we're going to do is we're going to take everything, all of the engagement rate, the opt-in rate, the workflow itself, the feedback that you guys give us, and we're going to track all of these numbers with our KPIs so that we can reiterate and put it all back into the one thing that did this to begin with, right? Because the most valuable part is that every automation I build, every process map I build, every SP I build is training the GPT. It is giving that data back to the AI and updating its internal system. I'm going to say update your memory, and it will be able to update its memory with the exact things that I'm using specifically. So right now it says it can't because we're maxed out on memory, but everything is being retrained on the AI so that the next time I do this, the automations are better, The process maps look nicer. The SOPs are more organized. The Asana tasks are more specific to my team. The school posts are more relevant for your guys' feedback. The YouTube videos are optimized for overall views and engagement. The ManyChat automations are fixed to be able to generate more opt-ins, right? And the Instagram stories are, refined on as well. And every single one of these pieces is going back into the GPT with memory, feedback, and time to essentially give us infinite output and infinite leverage inside of our company. So I know that was a lot of information. And obviously now you guys know why this process map looks so intricate, but you can imagine that by simply taking a collective amount of custom AI models that are specific or relevant to your service offering or to content that you're making, you could essentially create unlimited internal and external assets to where if you simply just work on your business every single day, using AI to then re-leverage those assets internally for marketing, for your clients, and for your team. And then all of it is being trained back on it. And then your team is using the GPT-2 as well to get better and more clear output out of that. Like, this has to be the best thing that I have ever seen. And I mean, this process specifically, it's not intellectual property. It's just a step of traditionally manual things I was already doing that I found specific trained models with AI to do it much faster. And you can imagine that you could mass create resources for anything that you are selling or anything that you are helping your clients with.